Hello, ako po si Ella Balagot. Doctor po ako. I graduated from Ateneo de Zamboanga School of Medicine last 2017. So I've been a doctor ever since. I am now in Dipolog. Dito na po ako nagpa-practice ng medicine and I'm also a surgeon. I finished my training in surgery last 2017. Ay, wait lang. 2009 pala ako natapos ng med. Surgery is 2017. And I am currently connected with our public hospital here, Zanorte Medical Center. And I also have my own clinic. So if you ever come to Dipolog, you can look me up. I've always wanted to be a doctor. Na-encourage kasi ako maging doctor. So, I'm a missionary doctor in particular because I was able to read books. Mahilig kasi ako magbasa ever since I was young. One of those books that I was able to read was yung kay Dr. Juan Clavier. It was a series of books na entitled Doctors to the Barrios. And then I also read a book about Amy Carmichael. She's not a doctor, but she's a missionary to India. And the work that she did with the orphans in India, especially those that were sexually abused, were really striking to me kasi parang naging haven siya for the children. Yun. So, that's why gustong-gusto ko maging missionary doctor before. Kaya nga lang, during the time na, I'm also a nurse pala. I graduated from Bachelor of Nursing at Western Mindanao State University in Zamboanga on March 2023. So I'm also a registered nurse, but I was not able to practice my nursing kasi dumiretso na ako sa medicine. When I was already a nurse, nag-boom ang nursing, yung going abroad. That was the time na maraming lumalabas ng bansa kasi maraming nag-hire abroad. So that was one thing that sidetracked me. But talking with my mom, she was the one who really encouraged me to take up medicine and be a doctor. Tapos I remember this one conversation namin na sabi ko, Nay, if magdo-doctor ako, matagal pa masyado. And baka by that time, second coming na. Sabi ko, and the Lord will find me still studying. Tapos I remember her distinctly saying na hindi kasi singilin ni Lord for something that He did not give you, but sisingilin ka ni Lord for something that He gave you and you did not do. So, sinabayan niya pa ng sabi na not everyone is given the opportunity to become a doctor. So, from then, I was encouraged to go into medicine, and then hindi ko kinuha kaagad yung lisensya ko sa nursing kasi sabi ko, pagka bumagsak ako sa medicine tapos may lisensya na ako, baka mamaya sabihin ko, oy, ayoko na mag-doctor, bumagsak ako. Anyway, nurse na ako, I can go wherever I want to. So I did not get my license until I think second year because during that time, I knew I wanted to become a doctor with a passion na talaga. Yung talagang wala nang tawag dito? Hindi na yung swaying from wanting and not wanting. So, I pursued that career path. But when I reached third year during clerkship namin, I think yun yung pinaka biggest hurdle for me because exposed na kami sa hospital, and then I am a naturally shy person and I am an introvert. So having to face strangers on a daily basis, and then a lot of expectations from medical student, kasi medical student ka, nandun yung parang, wow, medical student, pagiging doctor to. And then having to do a lot of work, physically demanding, mentally demanding, emotionally demanding. And then hindi ka pa sanay kasi first time mo sa hospital. So that was like a breaking point for me. Akala ko dati mabait ako. Yun pala, mabait ako dahil everything is going well. But during clerkship na hindi mo control yung environment, hindi mo control yung people, lumabas yung totoong nature ko. So, yun yung one of the biggest challenges for me. But thank God, I surpassed it. We surpassed it, yung buong batch namin. And then I just kept on remembering certain role models in my life. One of those, starting from sa nursing na career ko, one of those was the one who introduced, not naman introduced, pero the one who seriously talked to me about Christ. Kasi I grew up in the church. In fact, we kept on skipping from one church to another. And then I was always, every Sunday, nasa Sunday school kami. Every, may prayer meeting pa, ganun. But nobody ever really took the time to sit down and ask me na, do you know Jesus? Did you receive Him as your Savior and your Lord? So, the one who did that was actually my aunt, yung sister ni mother ko, si Auntie Salva. She took the time to explain who Jesus is in my life. And then during that time, I was in high school then, 15 or 16 years old. And then I was really in need of a father figure because yung dad ko was not always around. And then I was also in need of a friend kasi loner ako, meron akong soul single best friend. Pero meron pa ring kulang eh. So she took the time to explain to me na all these things that all these people that all these people surrounding you that you think will help you, they will fail you, but Jesus will never fail you. He can be your friend, He can be your father. So that was one of the things na talagang striking to me. And she's a nurse. And then I can see her love for her work. And not just her work, her love for her patients. And then I can see yung passion niya for what she's doing. So that really encouraged me. Tapos, again, one of those that inspired me was the books that I read by Dr. Juan Flavier. Kasi parang he was just so helpful to the people no matter what their station is in life. And then he really prioritized those who could not afford medical help sa big cities, ganun. Tapos innovative siya in his helping the people, and also he is very candid siya. So what you see is what you get. From what I read in his books. Kaya yun yung nag-encourage rin talaga sa akin na sabi ko, tapusin ko talaga tong med na to. Because ang ganda ng ginagawa niya sa Philippines, I know some of those people, some of the people now, hindi na siya kilala kasi matagal na siyang wala dito. But anyway, yun yung naging role model ko. it's just ironic na I really liked his books and I really love reading them. It's just ironic that I ended up not in the barrios, but I ended up in a hospital. Primarily because, siguro lang, no? Because I chose to be a surgeon and mahirap maging surgeon na nasa barrio because sayang kasi yung skills na napulot mo along the way sa yung mga training kung nasa barrio. I'm not discounting the people who are the doctors who are in the barrio because they're doing so much. It's just that I chose a career path na it would be more parang productive if it is in the hospital. So what I usually do in the morning, it's either magra-rounds ako or my surgery or mag-clinic kasi yun ang isang disadvantage ng being a surgeon. You cannot really predict your time because minsan gusto mong mag-opera, hindi pa ready yung pasyente, hindi pa ready yung OR. Minsan naman gusto mong mag-clinic, tinawagan ka na dahil nandun na yung patient sa OR. So, ang isa sa mga challenges sa day-to-day life ko is how to plan it out and yet be flexible enough to accommodate everything despite of the unmet plans. Yun. And then few other challenges involve yung interpersonal relationship kasi hindi kayo pare-pareho ng paano ba? Sometimes you want to get things done and then you have to push limits sa mga kasama mo because some of them hindi sila ganun ka hindi sila ganun ka porsigido. Kumbaga, example na lang is kung kunwari gusto mo nang operahan yung pasyente and yet walang gumagalaw, so walang gamit yung pasyente, walang linya, or walang, ayaw patulugin ng kasama mong doktor for some reason. So, maraming nag-hold sa anong gusto kong gawin, na to the point na sometimes nakaka-discourage na parang gusto ko na lang silang sabayan. So, I have to fight that apathy and mediocrity in me, not so much in them because you cannot change them anymore, pero yung feeling ko na gusto ko silang sabayan na lang para hindi na ako ma-stress. So I have to fight that. And then one other challenge is yung mga pasyente kasi minsan pupunta sila sa iyo na matagal na nilang naging problema yon, kunwari bukol, pinalaki, tapos inalagaan, tapos pinagraduate na, magka-college na yung bukol nila, at tipong ganun. Tapos pagdating nila sa'yo, gusto nila, maoperahan na sila kaagad, gusto nila pagkatapos ng operation, okay na okay sila. So, I have to remind them na, Ma'am, Sir, tao lang po, I am a doctor, but I cannot, I am not God. I cannot remove your problems just like that, and then you're okay because pareho lang po tayo tao. And then some patients would tell you na, Doc, musalig ramini mo. Ganun lagi yung Doc, musalig ramini mo. And then I have to remind them na, no, don't put your faith in me. Ayaw salig na po kay parehas lang tao. Pareho lang tayong tao. But you put your faith in God because He's the only one who can really heal. We are just instruments. So yun. And I have to constantly remind them, and not only them, I have to constantly remind me. Kasi one of the things na, kumbaga parang stumbling block as a surgeon, as a doctor, dumarating yung time na masasabi ko sa sarili ko, uy, ang galing ko naman, nakalakad yung pasyente, something like that. Or, ang galing ko naman, na gumaling yung pasyente, nabuhay yung pasyente. Especially after a very difficult surgery or difficult na itawid sa sakit yung pasyente. So, sometimes I get that feeling na it was me. But I have to remind myself, no, hindi. Si God is the one who gives you the ability to do that. And si God ang may hawak ng buhay. So sometimes I get reminded kasi may mga patients na pagdating nila, ang nasa mind ko, ay wala na to, mamamatay na to, but they live. Pero meron rin mga pasyente na feeling ko, ay okay lang to, mabubuhay to, and then they die. So I'm reminded that it is actually really God who holds the life, and it is not me. We just do our best. We just do what needs to be done. But it is God who heals, and it is God who gives life. And then it is also important for us to maintain humility, because sometimes pagka marami-rami na yung naoperahan mo, parang andun ka na sa point na, okay na ako, kaya ko to, marunong ako, magaling ako. But thinking like that prevents me from learning from other people and prevents me from learning from them. Kasi parang pag feeling superior na ako na parang, ay, alam ko na yan. You don't have to tell me anything. How will they teach me? How will I learn from them? How will I learn from their experiences? So, humility is one of those qualities na mahalaga as a surgeon. And another one is passion, because there were times na parang gusto ko nang mag-give up kasi parang, Lord, ano ba to? Parang sunod-sunod na yung namamatay. I'm doing everything that I can, but sunod-sunod yung namamatay. And you cannot help but think na, why am I still in this profession? So, I have to remind myself na I am in this profession because this is what I really want to do. This is my passion. Yun. So, passion, perseverance. I started out when I was in high school. I really didn't know what I wanted to be. But, yun nga, dahil sa auntie ko, gusto kong maging nurse. And then because of my childhood dream to become a doctor, naging doctor ako. But I have to be reminded along the way. Pero actually, hindi naman lahat ng nagdo-doktor nurse or hindi naman lahat ng nagdo-doktor kailangan medically related, because I have mga co-workers ko dati. One was an engineer, tapos he decided to become a doctor. I forgot to ask him why, pero he decided to become a doctor, and hindi naman siya nahirapan sa transition. And then I know of another person na accountant siya, naging doctor rin siya, naging surgeon pa. So yung from high school to undergrad, kahit anong undergrad, and then from medicine, and then kung doctor na, you have to undergo, yung medicine kasi is not just books, it's not just learning. You have to be able to apply it. So, after you become a doctor, you will undergo internship. So, yun yung nasa hospital na. And after internship, you can choose different career path. Like, a classmate of mine is parang, sa regional, ang tawag dun? Assistant Regional Director, something like that. And then, meron rin akong friend na more of sa municipality sila. So, yung more of, yung parang doctor to the barrios sila. And then, some of us go to, yung sa career na sa hospital, more of hospital-based na career. So, iba-iba. Meron namang ibang doktor, nagpa-practice ng medicine, pero they're more of a businessman. pero medically related pa rin. My sister, si Thea, she's a doctor, but she's practicing sa Siemens na parang consultant, medical consultant. So, marami naman pwedeng i-branch out from being a doctor. Yun. And then, specific skills para maihanda ako sa career na ito. I remember when we were children, hindi naman kami mayaman, pero meron kaming katulong. But despite that, my mother insisted in giving us household chores to do. So, kung gusto namin maaga-aga kami makapaglaro, dapat matapos namin lahat ng trabaho namin, usually on a Saturday. I think that helped because it helped me be more disciplined, na I cannot have pleasure first and then work later. You have to prioritize your responsibilities over pleasure. And then one other thing na I'm grateful for my mom is that when we were growing up, she insisted on us playing the piano. Ang maganda kasi sa piano, matetrain mo yung right hand mo separately from the left hand. So, may sarili siyang brain yung fingers mo. So I think that helped me in developing my skills as a surgeon because yung sa dexterity, kayang kaliwa, kayang kanan, ganon. So sa mga gustong mag-med, especially those who want to become surgeons, huwag kayong mawala ng pag-asa because ano ba yung usually nakakapangawala ng pag-asa? Hardship. Nothing is easy in life. The people you see now who are living comfortable lives, I'm sure they have their own story to tell na they underwent hardships also. Yung walang pinagdaanan na hardship, I don't think they have completed their journey yet. Hindi pa sila nakakarating. Pero one of those things na talagang naka-encourage sa akin during those difficult times was Hebrews 12. So, babasahin ko yung ng konti. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith, who for the joy set before him and endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him, si Jesus, who endured such opposition from sinners, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. So always consider Jesus so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. Endure hardship as discipline. God is treating you as His children. For what children are not disciplined by their father? They disciplined us for a little while as they thought best, but God disciplines us for our good, in order that we may share in His holiness. Eto na, no discipline seems pleasant at that time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. So if you notice in what I read, it's my hardship, but we have to endure the hardship. If we feel as though we cannot endure it anymore, fix our eyes on Jesus. Kasi siya nga, mas mahirap pa yung pinagdaanan niya. And yet, He not just endured the cross, but He sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Ibig sabihin, He finished all of it. Most of the time kasi, ang isip ng mga tao, ay, doktor, nasa clinic, magandang buhay. But I beg to disagree because, sabi ko nga, especially for us surgeons, lahat na ng body fluids na hawakan ko na. And hindi lang fluids, pati body solids. So, that would include suka, sipon, laway, dugo, yun, tai. So, hindi siya glamorous job na parang nakaupo lang doon. Because in our job, hindi kami pwedeng pipili lang ng pasyente na, ay, gusto ko yung malinis lang na pasyente. So, minsan may dumadating na lasing, na nakaihi na, nakatai na, nakasuka pa sa nila dahil sa accident. So, hindi kami pwedeng mamili. We treat everyone. And then, one other misconception is that, ay, doktor yan, surgeon yan, maraming pera yan. We don't do our work for money. In fact, I remember there's this one junior, I asked him, kakapasok niya pa lang sa surgery, senior niya ako. Tapos, sabi niya, tinanong ko siya, bakit surgery ang pinili mo? Ba't hindi ka nag-IM, hindi ka nag-pedia or kung ano? Especially yung kapatid niya, internist. Sabi niya, Dok, kasi sa surgery maraming pera. Sabi ko, alam mo, kung yan yung goal natin, na dumami yung pera kaya ka nag-surgery, baka mahihirapan kang magstay kasi it should be more than just money. Tapos, eventually, hindi na nga siya nakastay for some reason. So, hindi dapat pera ang maging motivation natin for staying sa job natin. Hindi talaga pwedeng pera lang ang maging motivation natin. This is medicine for me is not just a career, it is a vocation. Most of the time, you are called to be a doctor. You don't just choose to be a doctor, you are called to be a doctor kasi hindi siya madaling trabaho, mainly because you are exposed to some of the most difficult moments in your patient's life, like death, or morbidity, yung gulay, sabi nila. So you see those dramas in their lives. If you're there for the money, parang ibang trabaho na lang. I'd rather have a different career. Kahit na bayaran pa ako ng malaki to stay here, I'd rather have a different career because yun nga, it's draining, it's emotionally draining, it's mentally draining, it's even spiritually draining. But if you are here because God called you and you are here because that is the work God has for you, then you will be sustained not by anything but by God. He will sustain you. Yun. And one of those verses that I really held on to when I was undergoing all the training, and even right now, we still see the same drama kasi. So, one of those passages that I really like, is in Ephesians 8:2-10. For it is by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not from yourselves, the gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast. For we are God's handiwork, or workmanship in some other version. We are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. So, kung mapapansin natin, we have been saved through faith. And because of that salvation, I cannot help but in gratitude to God, I cannot help but be made useful for Him. And yet, kung titingnan natin, ang sabi dito, we are God's handiwork or workmanship. So, even our very existence or the things that we do, it is not even us who is doing something about it. It is God working in us. And we are created in Christ Jesus. Why? So that we can take part in what God is doing. The good works we do, it is not because of what we can do, but God prepared it in advance for us to do. In other words, inassign na yan. Yung pagiging doktor ko, inassign na yan. And since inassign na yan, yung mga patients na binibigay niya, inassign na rin yan. Yung mga trabaho niya, inassign na rin yan. In other words, kung ano yung dapat kong gawin, sunod lang ako kasi plinano niya na yan in advance. And whatever the outcome is, mabuhay ang pasyente, mamatay ang pasyente, or kung ano pa yung mangyari sa pasyente, God is in charge, not me. So, hindi ako pwedeng mag-depress na, ay, namatay ang pasyente, ganyan. No, God is all in charge. He allowed it to happen because He is God. Doktor na ako, surgeon na ako, pwede na ba? Okay na ba? Actually, pwede na sana. Pero, there was a time na yung kuya ko, marami kasi kaming medical legal cases, so I kept on bugging my brother who is a lawyer. So, lagi ko siya tinatanong, okay lang ba ito? Tama ba itong ginagawa ko? Medically, baka mamaya masu ako, something like that. Tapos, it came to the point na sabi niya na, ang dami mong tanong, mag-law ka na lang kaya. So, during the pandemic, I took the opportunity kasi, hindi kailangan face-to-face, virtual siya. So, I took the opportunity to take few subjects in law. And then, I found na, ang ganda pala ng law ng Philippines. Very, nalimutan ko tuloy ang word. Very just. It's just that yung application ng law may problema. Yung execution ng law. So, parang na-encourage ako, pero medyo distant goal pa siya. Failure is not being able to do what God wants you to do, and not hearing His voice, or even if you hear His voice, you did not obey. Ganyan. That for me is failure. Success is to be able to, paano ba i-define? Hindi ko ma-define. Ang sa akin lang, masabi ko na successful ang tao is if yung work na prepare ni God for him, nagawa niya, and it does not end there, but na-pass on niya to some other person who can continue to do the work. That for me is success. So, for those who want to enter into medicine and to become surgeons in particular, or become a doctor, ito lang yung mapapayo ko sa inyo. Nasa Hebrews 12 pa rin, paborito ko obviously. So, let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. For the joy set before Him, He endured the cross. Yun pala, hindi lang siya nag-endure ng cross, but He also had the joy to endure it. And then, going further down, it says, therefore, strengthen your feeble arms and weak knees. Make level paths for your feet, so that the lame may not be disabled, but rather healed. So, we want to become doctors. Go ahead, but don't think it is easy, because it's not. But don't rely on your own strength. You strengthen your feeble arms and weak knees by looking or fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith.